So in October of last year, Laura and I were driving to Arkansas, and we saw a lone bike rider. He had panniers on the front and back, the bags that were obviously packed with tents and sleeping bags and things like that, and a flag out the back. And man, I was just passionate about figuring out what in the world he was doing. Why in the world was he going on a very obviously long bike ride? And and Laura and I had been riding for about a year at that point, and trying to continue to get in shape, but getting increasing in distance and wanting to do more. And we historically had talked about, we'd watched other ministries to do coast-to-coast bike rides or circumferences of the United States, and we thought, man, that would be a really interesting idea as a fundraiser for T4 Global. But an event that was finite like that just didn't sound like it was what we really wanted to do, or didn't seem to make sense for us. And then when we got to my parents' house in Arkansas, they had a Christianity Today magazine with a 4-page spread on Team World Vision, which is World Vision's endurance team. It raises money for World Vision in marathons and half marathons and things like that. People raise money from their friends, family, business associates, and do multiple events, maybe per year or over the course of multiple years. And they get involved with World Vision by doing that. And I thought, okay, that's why you do a coast-to-coast ride. You don't do it just for a one-time event, but you're building an ongoing program that helps people get more engaged with your ministry, raising money for your ministry, but even more important than that, to be able to be advocates and ambassadors for your ministry. And so they're volunteering, but in a way that they're already passionate about. It's not just about your ministry, it's also about their own personal achievements that they can get involved in. And so that's what started. Then all of a sudden, it crystallized it in my mind, okay, we need to do a coast-to-coast bike ride, and we need to build an endurance team that can get engaged and volunteer for our organization. And so that's how that all began in October of 2013. And I began to train for a coast-to-coast bike ride immediately after that. And I came back from that weekend and started getting more involved in training the Cycling Center of Dallas as the weekends got colder, and so got serious about overall body strength and things like that, and pitched it to my board. And the board said, okay, you can do this, but you have to have somebody that manages the endurance team and the ride itself. You just need to show up and ride. And that's when we ultimately we were able to find Christian Taves, who has been our go-team manager and has just done a phenomenal job of planning our route, planning our endurance program, and really helping create a vision for what this could do, not only for T4 Global, but for the people that are involved in the Go Team. So that's how we got into this, and that's really what was the catalyst for what is now, we're into 2/3 of a coast-to-coast ride, and looking forward to finishing, in the next several weeks.
Now, how can you get involved?
So you can get involved with the Go Team a couple of different ways. Some people will say, well, you know what, I'm running in the Dallas Marathon, or I'm running in the Chicago Marathon, and I want to do it for a cause. I don't want to just do it for myself. And so that's a natural way for somebody that's already involved in endurance athletics to get involved with us right now. But then there are other people that say, you know what, I've never run at all, and I'd like to do a couch to 5K. Well, that could be a benefit to T4 Global as well. You've got friends, family, business associates that are interested in you and what you're doing, and they're passionate about you and your life. And you can get involved by doing something like that not only helps yourself, but helps someone that's thousands of miles away that can't read. They'll never hear the gospel. They'll never hear humanitarian information, clean water, sanitation, HIV/AIDS information. They won't hear anything about this amazing Creator God that we have without you getting involved and saying, friends, I need you to contribute $20 to T4 Global on behalf of me, because I'm going to run in this race, or I'm going to get involved in this cycling event, or I'm going to climb this mountain, or whatever it may be. So you may never have done anything and you want to start. You may be regularly involved in triathlons, marathons, swim events, other endurance athletics. We've got one of our friends that's a competitive weightlifter, and he wants to be part of the Go Team, lifting weights, with a certain amount of money for every pound he lifts on a competitive weekend to go toward reaching the lost oral learners of this world. So you can get involved in a myriad of ways. Don't just think about it as running or cycling. Don't even necessarily think about it as, well, if I don't run a marathon, I can't help T4 Global. What are you willing to do? What could you do is a way to get involved. But those are the ways, there are many ways to do it. Those are a few of the ways you can do it. We'd love to have you be part of the Go Team. The Go Team is going to be a foundational aspect to our growth as an organization to reach those people that can't read. And we're not trying to solve the problem of literacy. What we are trying to make sure is if they can't read, it doesn't matter. We want to make sure they get this information in their hands so that they can make their own decision. They're not condemned to making a decision that their family made for them generations ago, that you're going to believe in this God, or you're going to have this religion, and you're going to live this way, or you're going to die. We want them to have free choice, like we have here in the United States. That's what they deserve, and they deserve to hear the truth.